Alright, here we go. We're rolling.
Reserves.
This is class.
How's that sound? Alright.
About some people over here. Go.
Alright, let me tell you about two different 32-year-olds, okay? We're going to call one Bill, we're going to call one Bob, right? So, Bob has been working in the cubicle for the past 10 years. He's allowed the demands of his job to take a negative effect on his health and has become obese, right? He's seen the same building, the same drive to work for the past 10 years, and he's just paid off all of his student loans at 32 years. Okay? He's got an undergraduate degree, just paid off all his student loans. Right? On the other hand, Bill, he's worked and lived in 3 different countries in the past 10 years. He's maintained his physical fitness to a high degree, therefore given his chances of a longer, healthier life a better chance. Okay? He's saved enough to send his daughter on a full ride scholarship to college. And he's pursuing a second degree and has about 6 years to go before he retires at 38 with a 50% pension. Okay? For the rest of his life, at 38. Who would you rather be? All right. So, what I'm going to do is talk to you a little bit about the Army, benefits of joining the Army and staying in the Army. And you decide for yourself, which one would you rather be? Would you rather be Bob or would you rather be Bill? Alright, so during the course of the next 8 minutes, I'm going to cover, like I said, some on-the-job training, certifications that you can achieve, the Army PACE program, education, GI Bill. We all know about the recent TA thing that happened, but we'll talk a little bit about the GI Bill. Then transferability within government jobs, retirement health benefits, and what would be the greatest influence of you joining the United States Army. Okay. So, first thing I want to talk about is on-the-job training. Right? No matter what job you pick, in some way, it's going to relate to the outside world, okay, to the civilian world. It's going to transfer to the civilian world. All of you, by now, I'm sure already know that you'll have a job when you get out that's transferable to what you're doing while you're inside. Don't know if y'all are familiar with the PACE program. When you did, some of you maybe have not enlisted yet. Don't know if you're familiar with the PACE program at all. But what the PACE program does is it allows you to pick. What you do is you get an interview, guaranteed a sit-down interview with a job that's in the civilian market. So if you're going into, like just the other day, for instance, I put a guy in the Army that takes patient missile systems. Okay, when he gets out in 4 years, he's going to have a sit-down interview with Raytheon. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what Raytheon is, but they're a manufacturing company. They have a facility up in Massachusetts. He's guaranteed a sit-down with those guys. Not guaranteed a job, but guaranteed an interview over anybody else that comes in. So that's just one of the small benefits of enlisting in the Army. Okay. All right, certifications can be earned alongside with formal military training in anything that you do. All right, let's see. So, moving on. Okay, the Army program I just talked about was a PACE program. It's, like I said, it's a cross-section of corporations, companies, public sector agencies. According to ArmyPays.com, and the Army credentialing opportunities online will explain how you can meet civilian certification. So if you want more information on that, just go on those 2 websites. That's where I got the information from. All right, so education. We'll talk about education real quick. You guys know about the tuition assistance. It just got cut. But the GI Bill, everybody's familiar with the post-9/11 GI Bill? Everybody knows what that is? Okay. Provided that, what the GI Bill website says is provided that you do 90 days of cumulative service after September 10th, 2001, or those separated with a service-connected disability after 30 days are eligible to take advantage of the post-9/11 GI Bill. Okay. What does that mean to you? That means that it's good for undergraduate degrees. It's good for vocational, technical institutes, certifications, licensing, that type of thing. That's guaranteed to you if you get out. Good measure. Get out with an honorable discharge.
The very best person still gets 2 hours.
What other job do you know that you're going to get out of high school that's going to offer you a paid education? I don't know of any. Maybe you guys know some, but I sure don't. And comparing those two,
so the people that aren't
that looks like a better choice to me. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about college credits that you're going to earn during your formal military training. Okay, when you enlist in the United States Army and you go to basic combat training and then onto your AIT, you're going to earn college credits for what you're doing, okay? Which are transferable when you get out to any institution that you go to, okay? You're gonna start out, for example, basic combat training, you're gonna be there for 9 weeks, okay? On the average, if you come in as an E1, you know, that's the very lowest you can come in, you're gonna earn about $4,000, okay? Plus, you're gonna earn about 10 college credit hours. They're gonna pay you to give you college credit hours and pay you to train. I mean, again, I don't know of any civilian institution that can offer you that. Okay? That being said, that would make my decision to enlist a little bit easier, and did when I came in. So, all right, so we talked about college credits, being able to gain those while you're in basic and AIT. Next thing I'm going to talk about is,
No.
like I said, well, we talked about the education benefits, and the last thing I want to talk about is the transferability. Does everybody know what the veteran's preference is? Anybody know what veteran's preference is? Okay. Whenever you get out of the military, you will become, you're a veteran after having served in the military. Okay? So whenever you get out, you have what they call veteran's preference. Right? That is when you go to apply for a job, a federal job, that's a federal job. You go to apply for a federal job, you will have a 5-point on the application that you fill out. There's a section that says, are you a veteran? Yes or no. Fill it out, you have 5-point automatically advantage over somebody that doesn't, that's not a veteran. Okay? It's called veteran's preference. It's the, so I'm going to show you real quick. This kind of explains it. I know it's small, I'm going to blow it up just a little bit. The reason the government did this was to give, it says right here, veterans in the armed forces during certain specified periods of military campaigns entitled to preference over non-veterans, both in federal hiring practices and in retention during reductions in force. Right now, we're looking at, you know, not coming in, but if you've been in for a while, there's a possibility of reduction in force. It doesn't apply to you or anybody coming in, like I said. It's people of my level and higher. Right? However, if you make it through the 20 years, you want to do the 20 years, you make it through. I'm going to show you some figures again. This is what you're going to be looking at. If you do 20 years and you retire, based on the High 3 program, what they call the High 3 program, you can make 50% of your highest paid 3 years income for the rest of your life. Okay? This is what it looks like. This is comparing civilian to military, MP, police sergeant. And this just talks about, just reiterates the benefits I talked about. As far as salary, okay, as a civilian police officer, average salary $49,900. Right? Army job, same job, $29,380. Okay, housing, nothing. Food allowance, nothing. Special pay, nothing. Everything else on the civilian side, nothing. Okay, as you can see, the housing, food allowance, everything else on the military side, and you can see the two totals down here at the bottom. All right. After taxes, they're making about 36, where the sergeants make about 53. All right. So you look at the pay chart, and you're like, man, that's not that much money. But after comparing it with the other allowances that you get, you can see that it is in fact worth it. All right. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to show you another chart, and I'm going to go ahead and conclude this. All right. So this is if I were to retire, if I did everything right in the Army, got out of 20 years, retired as first sergeant, like my first sergeant over there. This is what I would get on a monthly basis. Okay, starting in the year 2023, because I came in 2003, my monthly pay would be $3,000 a month. Okay, annual pay $36,000, and you can see it goes down. It shows you annual as it goes up. It includes inflation. It includes the annual pay raises that the military receives, and things like that. It'll show you, like I said, in 16 years, I'm making $5,000 a month, and this is one retirement. Okay, most people they'll do the 20 years, get out, and get a second retirement. Okay. Which is, I mean, then you're double dipping, what they call double dipping. Okay, you're making two different pensions and double that. Okay, so you're looking at 8 to 10 grand. At 58, you can retire and be done. Never work again if you want to. All right, so like I said, I've covered some of the benefits that are waiting for you to seize them, but you have to be willing to get up and take that next step in achieving financial security, the potential for better health, and educational benefits. All right, what's stopping you from becoming America's next soldier? And then just pan it on.
Awesome audience.
Appreciate it.